This is Smithy.tv.
Ready to go? Sweet. All right, so we're in the studio again.
Yeah,
it's
a big week for us.
It is. It's my Marty McFly.
Like 24 hours ago we were here. Yeah.
That's true. And before I go any further, because hey, welcome to Mindreels on Smithy TV, there's a new app.
There is a new app.
There's a new app, the Smithy.tv app, which will tell you when our shows are up. We'll tell you who our guests are, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll give you like blurbs on everything else on the channel. But
we'll send you push notifications, and it's free. That's the best thing.
I like free.
Right now, just available for iPhones
yes,
and
but
iPads and
on
stuff, but they're working
Android.
on Android as well.
Which is cool. Wow, there's the plug. There you go, Ryan. I hope you're happy. And tonight, considering our huge trend of Canadian TV this week, because we've done Murdoch, we've done Orphan Black, we've done Murdoch again, and Republican Doyle. We are all over the continent. We are back in Toronto.
Yeah.
Well, we never left, but we're back in Toronto to talk with one of the stars from Bitten tonight, Steve Lund.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Because we got to chat with him at Fan Expo, which was awesome.
Yes.
We're old pals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we go way
We
back
do
to
this
the
all the
August.
time. Yeah. It's another day.
And I'm actually going to go out on a limb. I did my research today. I'm going to predict your favorite movie because we always like to find out what somebody's favorite movie is.
We talked about this.
Did we talk about this?
We did,
Are
but
sure?
okay, go ahead and guess.
Because
you know me
I was
well
reading
enough.
your little blurb and I'm like, it's got to be like Raiders of the Lost Ark,
It's
man.
definitely Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Because he was influenced at the age of 5.
Yes, that's
So-
right. A very tender age to be watching
Yeah.
that movie.
Have you heard the rumors? Have you
The two new
Yeah.
Indiana Joneses?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not.
Jones Eye?
Jones. Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about
I don't know
that
how I
yet.
feel after the Crystal Skull.
But that's not Harrison's fault.
No.
It's not Harrison's fault, but his performance wasn't great.
It wasn't great.
I mean-
the story was a little...
The shadow of him putting the hat on
Was
at the beginning.
classic.
That I got goosebumps and I almost started to cry. Yeah,
There were bits that I really did like, and there
Yeah.
were bits that I'm like, I could do with it.
I just I don't understand why it had to be that way. It was sort of like, maybe it's just because I have such a loyalty that I feel wronged. But I think I speak for a lot of other people as well that say this just kind of caught us all by surprise.
Yeah.
Considering all the talent involved.
Right.
You know? So.
And there was way too much CG.
And the thing is, like,
Oh.
it's not like there's any lack of story to be told
No,
in that
come on.
universe. I mean, there's
Exactly.
everything.
Yeah.
There's a lot of history.
I was okay with
beyond the
that
movies.
because they had moved into the 50s. They wanted to parallel it with the whole aliens kind of thing. They just didn't have to be so flamboyant about it.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
could have been a little
Yeah.
more subtle, like Chariots of the God, maybe is kind
Yeah.
of over the head. But
Less
we
War of
just
the Worlds. And
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Definitely.
kind of hint at it because it's weird, and I had this thought today. It's like it's weird that nobody had a problem when it came to like Christian artifacts and that kind of thing. Like, oh yeah, God, yes, but bring aliens in it. Oh,
Come
no.
on.
No.
What?
That can't happen. Really?
I wonder, was there any word of Shia LaBeouf being attached to the project?
At this point, I think everything's just rumors because
I hear he's not famous anymore.
I hear he isn't famous.
No, he's not. Apparently, no. It said that on his hat. Yeah. No, I was thinking if he does do the movies, that I just really hope he wears some sort of hilarious apparatus on his head at premieres.
Like a walrus mustache.
Or like the
Yeah.
Groucho Marx, like sunglasses,
Yeah.
mustache.
Yeah.
and
Those
nose.
are always in style.
Yes. That'll only make him more famous.
Now
Yeah, I guess who I am.
you're from Halifax,
I am.
so that's like we are just all over the East Coast this
Yeah.
week because
Yeah.
Mark O'Brien last night was from Newfoundland.
You talked to Mark O'Brien?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, he's a buddy.
We had him and Georgina in together because we thought
Okay,
it would be fun.
alright.
hilarity ensued.
Yes, I can imagine, yeah. I just met Mark kind of recently. I mean, I've been hearing about him for the last 3 years because we have a lot of mutual friends. I live with Newfoundlanders and amongst them most of the time. And obviously hilarity ensues time and time again. Such a talented guy. Really, really friendly. Really just doing some awesome work right now.
Yeah.
Went to a screening of a short that he did with some other friends
Oh,
of ours in
wicked.
Newfoundland. And it was very powerful stuff, man.
We were just talking about like some of his stuff last night because
Yeah.
he doesn't just kind of work on acting; he like does everything.
I know.
It's like a renaissance man. It's
Yeah.
upsetting actually.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm looking at
Tone
him.
down the talent, for God's sakes.
You got the pretty wife. You've got the good job. Stop there.
I know. And
Leave something for somebody
How old
else.
is he?
Oh, let's not even get into
Yeah.
that. I was the
Yeah.
oldest guy in the room last night. I'm the oldest guy in the room now, so
Yeah, sorry about that.
that's
Barely.
all right. That's all right. So, and of course, you played hockey for like the longest time, and then there was a little bit of a
Like a good Canadian boy.
Exactly. A good Canadian boy should, yeah. Hockey was my life for,
Mhm.
up until I was 19 when I decided to hang up. Had some concussion troubles. As a lot of people do, and the research is expanding now. It's becoming more evident that this can cause some long-term damage.
yeah.
So a lot
Yeah.
of people are
Especially when like young kids. I mean, they're
Yeah.
still forming.
yeah, exactly, and they don't know how many concussions they could have.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of players that I played with that also should have retired, but it's just at that time, I know it wasn't too long ago, but even then, 5 or 6 years ago, it's just not the norm to give up based on that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You ride the wave and you continue the dream for as long as you possibly
Yeah.
can, even though if it is fruitless for forever. It's just sort of it's what you do. Your parents work so hard and spend so
Well,
much
even
time.
in the NHL, it's like, oh, he's out with a concussion, really?
Yeah, there's no crutch.
Get out
or
of bed.
cast.
You know,
like
it's
you're
like, yeah,
being-
it's
you're
not
being
something
a
you can
baby.
see.
yeah.
So.
Yeah, so
We just saw a movie. Well, we didn't just see a movie about that. Oh, and it's right there on the tip of my tongue.
Goon?
Goon.
No.
I loved Goon.
Was it
No.
a documentary?
No, it was. Oh my God! It's the guy we interviewed last year with the Crimes of Mike Reck. And
Oh, the
his new one.
is
It's
oh
gone.
no.
I'm so sorry.
So gone. It's
Yeah.
gonna drive me nuts.
But it's a concussion, so I'm not expected to remember. Saved. So yeah, and then you jumped into, of course, the whole acting thing, and Sue was pleasantly surprised to learn that you were in some episodes of Haven as the Colorado Kid.
Yes.
I really? And I went back and pictured it, and I was like, really?
Yeah. That was me. Yep. Which
It's
was
a good thing I didn't do any research at work today, or else
Because
I
you
would
would
have
have
got
been,
any work done.
because
Like, Tim! I
yeah.
forgot Tim!
3 episodes of Haven later.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was a lot of fun. Obviously, I got to go home to Nova Scotia,
Right.
Yeah.
living at home, eating my mom's amazing cooking.
That
and
had to be a
traveling
tough
the set.
shoot.
Oh man, it's actually really funny. I was there when I initially got cast. It was I think episode 6 or something like that. I would just happen to be home and I did the audition or whatever, and then they're like, yeah, you booked it. But the only thing that I had to do in this one episode was be a dead body.
Right.
And my alarm didn't go off that day, so I was.
Method.
Oh my god, man! I was probably 2 hours late to set because I'm an hour away from the shooting
Sure,
location.
yeah.
I woke up an hour late, so then I had to just scramble, and I was just dangerous on the roads. It was bad, man. And I showed up on set, and everybody was like, "So the Colorado Kid is an arsehole." Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Buy everybody booze later at the pub. It'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. So.
So, going back to the end of last season.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, because it was bugging me this season that we didn't see him turn up again.
Right.
Because we don't really know what happened to him, right? Like, he went into the barn. He was dying,
Mm-hmm.
but then didn't die because the
Mhm.
barn was going to heal him. Went into the barn, had a whole talk with Nathan and stuff, and then disappeared with the barn. And he's the only one who didn't come back out of the barn.
Right. Well.
We got Colin Ferguson.
You didn't get Laura. You didn't get Arla.
Oh, no, that's right.
So
That's
if
right.
you notice the trend there, you have Bitten to blame for that. Because, and honestly, there was talk of us being
It makes
written
sense.
in. Exactly. It's all Sean Pillar's fault, actually. So Sean and Laura and I got together one time in LA before Bitten had happened for either of us, and we were chatting. We were saying, schmoozing. So, what are your ideas for the next season, sort of thing? Like trying to get in. And I guess at some point there was some talk of it, and he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna try to do it." And then Bitten happened, and that sort of all went by the wayside. But then he came to visit our set like midway through the season.
Nice.
Of Bitten, he was in Toronto doing some stuff, and came and had lunch with us, and we were still just like, "Come on, like try to make it happen. Like, look at our schedules, whatever.
Yeah,
like, come
exactly.
on."
You fly us out there for a weekend.
Right?
We'll do like
We-
a shoot.
So a splinter unit or something like that. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. But it never happened.
It's Canada. We can make that.
Next
happen.
season's like almost double the size though for him.
They got more
They
episodes.
got
Yeah, congrats to them. That's great.
That's
very
right.
exciting. Because
Go
every
back.
season I'm like, really, 12 episodes, 13? I'm
Yeah.
like, come on.
That's when you start getting
It's
it.
too
Yeah.
short. I'm like so addicted to it, and then all of a sudden it's over again. I'm like, for fuck's sakes.
And you know that Emily had a baby in the
Yeah.
Yeah.
season. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she wasn't available until like the third week of shooting or something like that. So they had to block shoot all of her stuff.
Yeah.
Poor girl. But they made it work, I guess. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course you did a Beauty and the Beast,
A Beauty and the Beast.
Hemlock Grove rather.
Mhm.
And I was actually these are my two favorite credits on your entire IMDb page. Was the attractive guy in Suits.
Didn't even get a name. No.
And the other one that I really liked was Rockstar for Last Girl.
Rockstar, yeah. Nondescript rockstar.
Awesome.
Yeah, pretty funny, man.
She showed up late that day too.
Yeah, exactly. It would have fit the profile. Yeah. No, it's really funny walking on the set for Suits and here's your trailer, and I'm like, oh, attractive guy. Hi, I'm attractive guy. So yeah, that was pretty funny. There was talk of actually that role being recurring as well, and I was really hoping that they would write me back in, but I don't know what happened.
Well, it's not like you're busy.
I guess it wasn't attractive enough to be attractive.
It was recast by more.
Now they're
attractive
watching
guy.
Bitten going,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, obviously, there's got to be some kind of attractiveness there. Because, dude, you're taking your shit off like what every other episode at this point in Bitten.
Yeah, it
That's
seems
gotta be
that
tough.
way. Yeah.
I'm sure the female viewers are hating that.
Yeah.
It is tough because we have to be like on top of that stuff, so it's like
That's true.
And then they cart around all this delicious food.
Craft
on
services
set.
is
You want to
terrible.
declare?
Craft
No.
services has so many good things
Yeah.
like cookies and candies. And
I know.
when we know we have to have our shirts off, we're kind of just like, no, I can't eat that. Because if one of us
Tell
starts
me
to do,
celery or...
yeah, right? Like let's go eat some trees or something. So that's pretty annoying at times.
Now, would you say that's more strenuous than like just delivering lines, like being in constant shape for those?
I mean, we're always sort of keeping in shape, I guess. And I guess as actors of our demographic, you never know when it could be called upon, and you want that to be able to sell yourself, I guess. So
Yeah.
you know, so it's always there. You just kind of want to make it look as best as possible when you know the scenes are coming up or whatever. And there's some friendly competition between the guys.
Yeah, of course.
We're working out on set kind of thing, and I'm like, I'm gonna do 17 more, fine. Yeah, it's cute.
I could go all night.
Yeah, I got soup cans. Yeah. So.
Now, I think they just said that's starting tonight, or it's tonight because it's Tuesday, right? Or was it Monday? I don't remember.
What
I
do
don't
you?
know what this is.
For Bitten, I saw something on my Facebook feed today that says that they're starting to now really diverge from the original novels, and they didn't want people to
Oh,
start
this
hating
week?
on them. That
Yeah.
Oh, really? Is it? Yeah.
Now, have you read the original books, or did you just?
I
kinda
did
come-
read the
oh,
book,
okay.
yeah, early on, just to get some more like context from my character and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
That's
Just
fair.
get a feel for the storyline. I didn't really want to model all that I knew from the books in case there was
Right.
that stray from the path, like has been indicated. So, and it does happen. There's some
Cool.
there's some
Has to
things.
happen. Yeah.
Right, you know, it's an adaptation at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's a different medium, so it's going to be different. And I mean, I don't think fans will be too upset. I mean, it's not completely outlandish. You
Yeah.
know, it's not
Yeah.
going to be aliens in the end.
There's some people
Like
who
that
like
much.
I think we're such devotees of the book that they're just upset anyway.
Yeah, they want.
But even Kelly Armstrong is saying like,
Yeah,
it,
right.
it is a different medium. Like
Right.
you have to be, and she's like, I think they're doing a great job, and
Mhm.
it's not just like stick to the written word and that's it. You
Mhm.
have to fill it out.
Right, and she gave her blessing.
Yeah.
She obviously got the outline of all the episodes before they went, forward. And she was happy with the product, and
Yeah.
she seemed to really support it. So, that's coming from the god herself,
Yeah.
goddess. But,
Goddess.
goddess.
And Nick has always struck me as he's one of the more laid back characters on the show, which personally I relate to a little more. So I'm like, all right, Nick's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I do have to say though, last week's episode, even though I knew it was coming, I read the book.
Yeah.
You killed me.
Yeah.
The whole scene with Antonio, and I was fine up until Jeremy broke down, and until when Antonio whispered in your ear and you just said thank you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
bawled. I was like, oh my!
No.
I didn't know what I expected you to say, but just the way you said it, and it was just a simple thank you, and I was like, oh my dear God.
Yeah. It's tough
Freaking
stuff.
men.
I'm starting to crying man, right? When you look at Jeremy.
Anytime, yeah. When you see Jeremy struggling to just keep his shit together, I
Oh
was
my
like, oh
god.
my God.
It's crushing, man. Oh, such a great performance. He's amazing. Yeah, that was a tough couple of days. But wonderful and beautiful and probably the highlight of my career as an actor, I would say at this point.
It was so well done, and just the way the whole scene was lit, and everybody had their spot around the table. Like Jeremy's standing, there's no way he's sitting down.
Yeah, exactly.
And yet there's no way Nick's getting up either. Like
Right.
He's staying right there.
Right. Yeah. No, it's a beautiful tableau.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was so.
I almost cursed you on Twitter, like fucking Steven Lund. Made me cry. My cats are concerned. Why is Mom upset?
It's hilarious.
I can't fit all that into one Twitter post.
No, I know.
Like
I
5 or
think
6.
that's what I'm working on.
Yeah. And some hate tweets from Sue. That's funny.
But yeah, what has the fan response been like for you guys? I mean, because I've only seen like little bits and blurbs as it travels through my Twitter feed, but what's it been like to be on that side of it?
Yeah, I mean, everything that I've seen has been very positive. I don't read a whole lot to begin with. I'll check my Twitter and everything like that, and all that response has been wonderful. And obviously, Sci-Fi has the greatest fans in the world.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
So whether they're fans of the book or fans of the series or fans of Grayson's butt, it doesn't matter. They're all just really, really into it. So
They're all there for some reason.
something, right? There's something in it for everybody.
Oh yeah, there is.
So all that stuff.
And
is
there's
really
Laura.
There's
So
Laura.
basically,
there's her.
There's,
Yeah,
what's her name? Yeah.
Laura Vander.
Vander something. She was on this. She was on some show at some point.
Yeah. Some small town show.
One other thing with visitors or something.
Yeah, something else with aliens.
Yeah.
Aliens again.
And in that beautiful Haven series,
Yeah.
she was my wife, which was
That's right.
not a bad cast. Thanks for believing that I can do it, guys. That I can get someone like her.
Your mom and your wife were both pretty darn hot.
Yeah, that had to be tough.
Yeah.
So now, can we ask, besides last week's episode, what is the most gratifying or most trying part of being Nick?
Nick's like you were saying, he's a fun guy. So I get those really great lines, those quotable, memorable.
East Village.
Yeah, that was so good. Man. That was my first day on set. We had to do that scene, which is so funny. I rolled on this really tight underpants and pink shirt. So those like moments for humor, like that's much more myself, in my day-to-day life. I do have a very serious and emotional side to me or whatever, but I always like to sprinkle in some humor.
Totally.
So I think Nick was really such a great character for me to play as my first series. To be a regular on a show, it was a little daunting at times, and so to just jump into something that I can wear so well was a pretty gratifying experience in itself.
Well, see, and you just said it because this being like your first casting as a regular on a series. Do you ever get freaked out when you like see like the promo packages going out and there's your picture looking back at you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, what?
Yeah, no, it's and you know, if the show takes off like crazy and we go for however many seasons,
Yeah.
I'll be known as Nick Sorrentino
Until you take over the hat for Harrison.
Right.
I was going to mention that, but I'm thinking, no, I don't want to really tell him that I'm going up for that part at the same time.
Oh, are you?
So,
Okay,
I've
see
got
you in the
that.
audition room.
Oh, yeah. I'll be ready. I've been doing that since I was 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old is that?
Oh,
yeah.
when the movies came out.
I was there, man.
Wow.
I was there.
That is really cool. Was it 83?
81.
81. That's
81
right,
was
81.
Ark, and then 84 was Temple of Doom.
Temple.
89 was Crusade.
So I was born
Shut up.
89.
I graduated high school that year, so there's that.
It's a good year for all of us then.
I am
Plus,
so old.
Crusade was awesome.
Crusade was
Sean
Crusade.
Connery.
was awesome.
Sean Connery.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to go home and watch those now.
I shall only remember my show.
Sean.
The armies be the rocks
And the trees.
and the birds in the sky. Hey, we can do this
so
all.
good. So good. But yeah, I really hope they come up with a good story.
Yes,
I'm just saying,
me
let
too.
Frank Darabont write it. He can do it. It'll be funny.
Is he gonna do it? Or
No,
is it-
but he
No.
wrote a treatment originally for number 4, which
Okay.
apparently everybody but George loved.
Really?
George. Interesting.
And what's George's role gonna be in this one?
Pain in my ass.
Yeah, no shit.
I mean, he's gotten rid of, like, you saw
Short
Star
names.
Wars. Let's just
Yeah,
sell.
just
You
exactly.
trust-
It's dated.
Trust the
man.
franchise now.
Just go hang out with your Ewoks,
Yeah.
man. Yeah. Those are his cats.
Yeah.
His cats.
His fault.
Somebody told me, you know those like little car decals for like families or whatever, and you get like the little papa and mama and
Yeah,
like, the
yeah.
ones and the dog and stuff.
Yeah.
They have Star Wars ones, and somebody was like, yours would be like Princess Leia and 3 Ewoks. Because of my
Amazing.
cat.
That's wicked.
I'm like, why don't I have a car?
Just for that.
That's-
You can just put them in your window.
That's true.
yeah.
But you were also on one of my favorite sci-fi series last season. You were on an episode of Defiance.
Defiance.
As Ziggy
Ziggy.
in the Serpent's Egg.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
love that show. Defiance is mine. Whereas Haven, I think, is kind of your show.
Uh-huh.
And I
Haven's
love
definitely
Haven.
my.
Defiance is kind of my show.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You play the video game at all?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It gets kind of meta at this point because we made friends with Trina Keating, who of course plays Doc Ewell,
Yes.
and we were hanging out at one point with them, and she's like, "Yeah, we got the game, and you know, her husband Alden doesn't really play it, so do you want to borrow it?" I'm like, "Really? I'm playing Defiance I'm playing Doc Ewell's copy of Defiance, and I'm playing that's just,
Yes. Yeah, mine.
what?"
Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, I love that show.
And then we got to
So
go on
good.
set one day and saw her,
Right.
but she was in full makeup, so I'm like, I don't even feel like I can talk to you right now.
So were you in Defiance, like on the
Yeah.
out
Oh,
at,
yeah.
Scarborough?
Because we asked for Bitten, but
Yeah.
didn't,
That's fine.
Next
didn't happen this
season.
year. That's
Next
didn't happen
season.
this year.
Next season.
When everybody's
two.
settled in more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There's a big hashtag called Renew Bitten right now.
Is there really?
Nice.
Going around, yeah.
Wicked.
A lot of people are trending it.
Well, I don't see it not getting picked up for a second season.
Well, thanks for the vote of
I
confidence.
really don't,
Yes,
yeah.
knock on wood, yes. Yeah, it's been. I'm waiting for that phone to ring, but I'm trying not to think about it. But it's tough not to.
How much of this season is left?
5 episodes.
See, that's ridiculous. I still feel like it's just started.
Yeah,
That's.
you want it to be longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything else.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, that just went sexual in my head.
Yeah.
I feel like I was waiting forever for the scene where Clay bites Elena. Like, I think I wrote a post on our
Yeah.
website about that too, because I was like, I've been waiting for this episode since I read the book,
I
basically.
think that's 8 or 9, maybe.
Yeah,
I think so.
and that's at least one past. I think 2 maybe. So.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Well, sci-fi tends to not drop things even after one season. They tend to be pretty faithful to their series once they've got them. So.
Yeah.
So I'm
that's-
pretty sure you guys will be around for 3 or 4 easy.
Numbers are good from what I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I mean not to wax silly, but how can it not? I mean, when it's got the eye candy for the girls, it's got the eye candy for the boys, it's got the genre with, you know, werewolves, and it's got this really strong story to go with it.
Yeah, it's got the material.
Yeah.
It's all there.
Yeah.
And which is the thing that I noticed from the get-go is that, I think I wrote in my first couple posts for the series, is that they weren't so worried about moving the plot forward right away as establishing the characters and letting you get to know them and establishing the way they interact as opposed to like pushing the story, which I loved.
It's very important.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you're going to take the time, you're going to introduce us to everybody, show us how they interact, build your characters, and then say, and all this other stuff is happening now.
And there's so much backstory.
Like we're getting so much more of each character than we got in the book too.
Right. Like that whole whisper thing between me and my dad, like you won't know what that is until later on. But it plays it's a huge family thing for the Sorrentinos, and then like it'll play something in later on.
Yeah.
And so it's just there's so much to be expanded on. Like it's boundless, this genre, and
oh totally.
You know,
like once the world's established, you can just play it
exactly.
Ever.
And if they want to go to the books, if they want to like tender some of the stuff that's there, it's there. It's great.
Yeah.
It's obviously sold. New York Times bestseller for forever. So.
Wow.
It's a good little resume. Yeah, we should do good.
Oh yeah.
Hashtag renew Bitten.
Now, is there something you would like to see Nick do in future seasons?
Yeah. I'm
Date.
Date.
Well, actually, he's kind of like a
get
man whore right
like-
now, so maybe just like settle down with.
Yeah, maybe. Something like that. I don't know, I kinda like the man horse stuff.
Yeah, I was just thinking of that.
Yeah.
The scene with the couple.
Maybe
was
he
like,
becomes
was
a
my
sex
favorite.
addict. Yeah. I want him to become a sex addict. That would be pretty funny. Yeah.
become.
Yeah.
I want to come out as
Yeah.
a sex addict.
Yeah.
Did you know, I don't know if they were doing it on Twitter and Facebook or if it was just Facebook, but they had, right before Valentine's Day, they had all these, like, Bitten Valentines, but there was none of Nick.
There was one.
Everybody, because everybody was like, where the hell is Nick?
Yeah.
I want one from Nick, where's his? And then they finally put it out.
Love at first bite.
Yeah.
Yes.
So great. All these, like, cheesy little lines, and I'm like, they picked perfect ones for every single person.
Exactly, yeah. They're wicked. Yeah.
Now, as we were talking about Mark O'Brien, Mark O'Brien.
Mark O'Brien.
Wow, I just slaughtered his name like twice in 2 nights. I'm so sorry, Mark.
Guess you'll just have to come back again.
Yeah, he'll come back. We'll drink. It'll be fine.
Yeah, get on the booze.
Yeah, how we talked about he was starting to expand and do like writing and directing. Is there any intention for you to kind of get behind the camera at some point and do so?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now, do you want to just like write? Do you want to direct?
I'd like to write to start.
Yeah.
I have a couple of ideas that I've been working on. I have some pen to paper, but not a whole lot. And I don't, like, in terms of screenwriting, I've only done very little when I was in theater school or when I was in acting school. But directing, I think that's much further down the line.
But it's definitely something you want to.
Definitely something I want to do. I've also really wanted to do sketch comedy and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah, that's always just sort of been something that I wanted.
Should talk to Matt Barham.
Yeah, I was going to say, we will
Yeah.
look you up.
Okay.
Yeah, because he does every
Wednesday
last
usually.
Wednesday of every month they have an improv at the Drake Hotel, which is freaking hilarious.
Hilarious.
And Matt, of course, he's about to start season 2 of Seed. Is about to start. airing.
Seed.
Yeah.
Okay, that's who he's from.
And it's just he's brilliant. So yeah, get in touch with him. Matt, call me.
Matt,
Say
call
that.
me. You need me.
Totally.
Obviously.
I'll take off his shirt on request. There it is.
Yeah,
So,
that is.
yeah.
On my list. Just a piece of meat. Thanks, Tim.
Bastard.
Just a piece of meat.
That's, well, now, see, I'm just kind of interested in the physical regimen that you guys go through then, like, to stay in shape. I mean, are you, like, hitting the gyms first thing in the morning? You talked about stuff on set.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not in the best of shape. I'm openly admitted. As we've established, though, Tim has lost 17 pounds, which is
I
awesome.
lost 17 pounds at this point.
Yeah, so we're very happy.
Jim.
So, what do you guys do to, like, stay in shape?
Well, I have a hockey training background, so
Yes,
I
you do.
trained a lot, and I guess I know a fair bit about what I'm doing. So I mean, I've been, like I said, I've been keeping in shape for ever since then. You know what I mean? But I play a lot of hockey still,
Nice.
so that's sort of great cardio workout. And in the gym I do a lot of weights, a lot of different dynamic weights, stuff like that. I'm not like a bulky guy, but I like to stay lean and sort of cut, so to say. So there's a lot of that stuff.
Like a wolf.
Like a wolf. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, limber.
Right?
Yeah. I train with the guys sometimes. We do some crazy shit, man. What were we doing? In November, we were doing hill sprints in this park.
Oh my God.
Like they were so steep that you actually had to like partly climb trees and stuff. It was so much fun. But,
Exactly the phrase I was going to use for that. So much fun.
So much fun. Yeah. It's not fun if you're not in shape. That's for sure, man. And yeah, the first.
We're gonna do it on the way home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that stuff. I used to train with Sidney Crosby for a number of years, and our trainer was just like top notch, like one of the best in the world. So he taught us some crazy stuff. Like, you wouldn't believe. You know, we're standing on those stability balls on one leg with like a hockey stick in our hands. Kind of thing. It's nuts.
Good God.
Doing squats on the ball, doing crazy stuff.
You're like
No.
a Jedi.
See?
Basically.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then he puts a shield on our
Yeah.
head.
How am I supposed to fight?
The blast shield is down.
Can't even see. Tashi Station. What was I thinking? We had Noah Danby in here. I was thinking with the whole, because he's huge.
He'd be a good argument.
Yeah, he's he'd be good at a lot of things. Didn't he play football at some point?
I believe he did.
I think so, yeah.
I feel like he.
Yeah,
He's
he's
huge.
a natural.
You couldn't walk down the halls of a high school without the coach being like, "Come here."
Let me talk to you for a second.
Yeah.
I
Two
love
words,
seeing him
sports
on division
scholarship.
too, because he's just ridiculous.
Yeah, he's
so
awesome, man.
I think, I totally geeked out because he's not in the second episode, but his picture is in the second episode. And as soon as it sounded like,
Yeah.
Last week's episode for his character was really awesome too.
Yes.
Like there was a lot of extra
Yeah.
background stuff that we didn't see before.
Yeah, he's wonderful, man. He's such a nice guy, man.
Yeah.
We love having those guys on set. Like all of our mutts are just great guys. They're so amazing. And his storyline's great. And then you meet his girlfriend,
Yeah.
played by Eve Harlow, who's just a phenomenal talent, man. She's super cool chick, and having her around too was amazing. The dynamic between them, because I hadn't seen those scenes, so that was really wicked. Yeah.
And I'm gonna go get some nachos.
Yeah. Set up for him.
and that's one of the other things I've noticed about the show, and especially a lot of genre television now, is that it's attracting so much talent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, whereas before it'd be like, oh, it's a genre, it's sci-fi or whatever, and people would kind of stay away from it.
Right.
Whereas now, people are just embracing it and running to it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the caliber of people that are like secondary characters.
Yeah.
The caliber of talent that they're getting for those people is amazing. And it's like
Yes,
you see them on screen for 2 minutes, and it's like that's all you got in your head now because they were that good.
Exactly. You'll never forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have some really great guest stars coming in. Some of the characters. There's a character played by Mackenzie Gray who's a phenomenal talent. He's just been in the industry forever. He has this presence, and he tells these stories. And every word, you could say a word like peanut, and he'll have 7 stories about peanuts or something.
It's awesome.
It's amazing stories talking about celebrities and everything too. Because he just came from working on Man of Steel to kind of mold us, sort of thing. And he had just gotten an action figure done and all that stuff. So it was exciting having him around. His stuff's coming up in I think 9 or 10. And there's another character, I can't remember his name, but he is phenomenal. Just really great. And we're so pleased to have these people. And I don't know, like, I'm still a relatively new actor. I've met a lot of these people, but they're like, yo, like Mackenzie Gray's coming in. I'm like,
Okay.
and he's like a legend.
Yeah.
He's got 150 credits or something like that.
That's wicked.
Really good.
Who's the woman that plays the sheriff? Because she's doing really awesome too.
Yes, Fiona Hyatt.
Yes, that's it.
Fiona. We love Fiona. She is so
She's
lovely.
amazing.
She's so cool,
And she
man.
turns up on everything. I
Yeah.
keep seeing her name come up in credits. I'm like, Fiona Hyatt.
She's just so
And I'm like, what do I even know her from? It's except everything, I guess, at this point. Cause
she's had
she'll
her
be on
hand.
like an episode of this, she'll be on an episode of that, and then
Yeah.
I keep recognizing the name, and then she's been on Murdoch too, I think, a few
Wicked.
times.
She's
She's in everything.
We have some ties actually. So we found out on the car ride to set the first day that we were sort of together and seen. She's like, "You're from Halifax?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Do you know my nephew Jasper Crace?" I was like, "Jasper? He's one of my best friends."
No
way. And he's like, "Well, my husband is his uncle." And I'm like, "Oh, your husband is the guy that plays in Sloan." And I'm like, "Oh, that's
amazing.
so cool."
That's
yeah.
wicked.
Yeah. So we were chatting back and forth. We both like messaged him, like, see who can get to him faster. So we were always
Do like a selfie picture and tweet
yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly. It was pretty cute, man. So, and she's hilarious. We call her Sharif Morgan. Sharif, get over here. Sheriff Morgan, yeah.
Sharif.
She's down to clown, man. Like she's always having a laugh. Like she's,
Which is, because I was about to ask, who is the biggest goof on set then? I mean, who's causing the most shit?
like Laura, she's into it, man.
She's
I read an
like
article
a tomboy,
Oh,
basically.
for sure. She's a self-proclaimed tomboy when she was younger, so she's always,
I love those early episodes where she was just eating in every scene.
Yeah,
She's
I
like,
know.
"Oh, a big burger, wow."
I know. She's walking around.
I'm like, she was loving this.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
I think that some people would point that finger at me.
What?
I don't know what they're saying. But like the whole cast, like we're all jokes. Like Grayston is always quick with some like little pranks or something like that. You know? He's just the most lovely guy, so he can do anything and he'll be like, "No." Then he'll show you his butt.
Yeah.
Greg is one of the funniest men I've ever met in my life. So he's just, and like when he gets on a roll, you can just hear him in the next room, and like it's just like, and just eruptions of laughter, and it's just so great. And I have to come running in because I'm like, I don't want to miss this stuff. Like it's gold, all of it. So we have a lot of fun. That's what I'm mostly hoping for a second season. Just to get to hang out with all those people.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. Like you saw.
Wasn't Fan Expo like the day after your rap party?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Still a little
Laura was still marked.
Yeah, exactly. I was woken up. So we were supposed to arrive at like 10 or something.
Really?
I was woken up by my limo driver Pepe at 10 a.m. banging on my door. "Mr. Lund, we need to go." Oh, shit. Like jumped in the shower and threw something together. Luckily it looked awesome. I actually had to lay it out because I do that still.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. I do that. I have my shirt for tomorrow later.
I haven't decided what I'm wearing. Tomorrow I don't
And the
care.
next day, actually.
Thursday I have to
Thursday I'm
think
wearing
about
my other new shirt.
If it comes to you, go with it. Because then you reserve so much more mental capacity for other decisions you have to make. If you spend your time worrying about what you're going to wear, what you're going to eat, that's why Albert Einstein wore the same thing every day.
Which is why I just have a closet full of geeky t-shirts.
There you go.
Just went, boom.
Works
good
for
to
you.
go.
Look how well you're doing.
Right?
Turned out okay.
Totally did. Look at this hair, goddammit.
See, I try to just wear crappy shirts to work normally because they're gonna get
so you
dirty and stuff
wear
anyway.
dresses
But
and
then when I know I'm
Yeah,
coming in here, then
I don't think I've ever seen Sue in a dress. I don't think she owns a dress.
I have a skirt.
That counts.
I might
That
not
counts.
own a dress anymore.
Skirt counts.
Skirt
There's
counts.
pictures though. I'll show you.
Now I was reading an interview.
I own more dresses than you do.
Wow.
Basically.
Wow.
Yeah. I like to have fun.
I was reading an interview that you did. I can't even remember what it was, but talking about how you were expanding and watching a lot of Coen Brothers and reading.
At the time, I was. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, what's on the go at home in your free time? What are you reading? What are you watching? What are you addicted to, television or movie wise?
True Detective.
Right.
Like the
Right.
plague, man.
That's like
oh.
every guest we've had in
It's
the last
so
week.
good. I have
It's
to catch
sweeping
up.
the entire anyone that
Yeah.
I know with eyes is just like,
Yeah, I have to watch this week's episode, but oh my god, such smart television.
isn't it just
And so
perfect?
addicting.
Yeah,
So addicting.
Yeah. And it's like they're going in a new direction now with it too. Like a place that you didn't really see. You thought the thing was gonna be them looking for the dude, but they haven't found the dude. Really haven't.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So you haven't seen this most
I
recent?
haven't seen this most
Okay.
recent one, but
Yeah.
oh, so good.
Some shit goes down.
Because I'm catching up on my Game of Thrones before season 4 starts because I have to write some nice things for HBO.
April 1st?
April 6th, I think. It's either 6th or the 16th. Something's on the 16th.
April 1st would have been
Orphan
awesome.
Black is the 16th.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
So
they
it's April
said it
6th.
was going to be April 1st, but then they were like, April Fools.
Suckers.
Suckers.
Tyrion's dead and he's never coming
Yeah.
back.
But I'm excited for that, too.
Yeah.
Big,
Oh
big,
my God.
big GOT fan.
I'm reading book 5 right now, so I'm well ahead
Oh,
of
you're
the
in
curve.
books,
Yeah,
too. That's
so.
I can't do that. I can't commit to that.
Every book is like
That.
the size of a family Bible.
I know,
It's like,
yeah.
It's giant.
Exactly.
I was just reading about
Undertaking.
the last 2 books in the series are both currently only in manuscript form. They're like 1,500 pages each right now. I'm like, dude, just
Holy
publish them like that. I don't care. I need to know what happens now anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I have no problem carrying around a 1,500
Download
page
it
book.
onto a chip in my brain.
Yeah. If you're doing the Matrix, yeah, I've always wanted to do that. I'm reading that. Well, we all have.
No kung fu.
Yeah. That's it. I'm reading a big, thick Dostoevsky novel right
Nice.
now. Yeah.
The only one I've ever read was Crime and Punishment.
Crime and Punishment.
Yeah.
And it was my first.
Wow.
And I actually just stumbled upon it, and I was like, I need to read this. I've been
Nice.
hearing about this guy for too long. It's the brothers Karamazov.
Oh, Karamazov. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Which was Fievel's favorite book, by the way,
Oh yeah.
from American Tail.
Okay.
The mouse.
I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, like Fievel.
Fievel Moscovich.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
I am such a geek.
That is awesome. By the
There's
way,
only one Fievel.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was.
I just
Just
ordered
share
a
that.
little bub plushie today, so
I saw that.
we're both geeks.
But yeah.
We're all geeks.
And how is it? Because I've never read it. Like I said, the only one I've gotten through is Crime and Punishment. They're heavy reads.
They're heavy, very, very tough, and his life story is just oh my god.
I'm not sure I could handle it.
His father was murdered by his patients.
That's right.
Yeah,
I remember reading that.
crazy stuff, and his mother died of something else. He spent most of his life in Siberia, on the run, and then
As you do.
Which for other people is a threat.
right, yeah.
For him was a way of life, so yeah.
Mhm.
Now, what else do you have on the go, though? Like, now
Um,
that Bitten's kind of wrapped up for you guys, what are you doing?
Taking
For-
classes.
Are you really? What are
Yeah.
you taking?
Yeah, I'm taking acting class right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to take some drum lessons as well.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm just on the hunt for a drum instructor, so I'm asking my musician friends if they know people and that sort of thing right now. Learning the drums has always been something I've wanted to do. I can play a little bit, but I wouldn't consider myself a drummer. So I'm really trying to live up to that 2014 resolution at the moment.
Oh.
But I'm taking acting classes at
Wicked.
I study at the Pro Actors Lab
Okay.
here in
Yeah.
the city. And auditioning here and there. I actually have a screen test tomorrow
Nice.
for a feature, so
Cool.
that would be nice. And I don't think there's any layover. If we do get picked up, I think I can have it done by the time we start.
Oh, see, that's wicked.
Yeah.
It would be really
Yeah.
nice, yeah.
'Cause, yeah. I
Yeah,
did-
when did you shoot? Because it was just done by August.
April, so
April through.
Oh, yeah.
June, July, August, yeah, April.
Yeah.
April 1st. So we would have to start that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm hoping that we know
Yeah,
Within the
relatively
next-
soon. Yeah.
yeah,
It's
because
getting close.
they're gonna need a month of prep. Like I know
Yeah.
Easily. Yeah.
the writers have gotten together in LA, I think 2 weeks ago or something like that, just to have a little writers' room
Yeah.
thing or whatever, and to bang out a couple episodes just in case.
Yeah.
But they're confident, so
Wicked. It's gonna be awesome.
yeah, man.
You got picked up. We're going to camera tomorrow.
I
Here's
would
your
love
lines.
that,
Yeah.
I'd probably have to starve myself for a little bit.
And be on time.
Yeah, and that all ties back to the drummer thing. I was telling this story. It's like I'm late for things in my life. I'm not always late, but I am late for certain things. And it's just a story of my life to the point where I didn't choose the drums when we were all in grade 4 or 5.
Right.
When you go to and you pick which
Yeah.
instruments
I
you're
didn't
gonna
get that
play
choice.
in band. Because I was late and all the drums were taken. And that's all I wanted to do was tell people, like, for like 2 weeks, I'm going to be a drummer, I'm going to pick one of the drums. So I had to play the alto sax, and I hated it. So,
I played that for like a year.
When I was a kid, we didn't even get the band. Everybody played the recorder.
Yeah. In elementary school, we all played the recorder, and ukulele was an option, which I also took. And then high school was like, I got to play.
Yeah, we didn't have a band in high school.
I played French horn for 5 years.
That's not
4
easy.
years, however long I was in there.
Apparently.
No, they told me that after I picked it. I wanted the trumpet, but other people got the trumpet and there weren't enough trumpets to go around. So I was like, wow, this has 3 valves, that has 3 valves.
Yeah.
How hard could it be?
Yeah, right. Can you still play the ukulele?
No.
Somebody does.
Yeah, that's right. Kaylee's.
Yeah.
Kaylee's coming.
Do you have
with
one
the
here?
ukulele.
No.
You guys should
Should've
bring
brought
it
mine.
with you.
Thinking about it. And mine didn't even look like a mini guitar. It was like one of those triangular ones that looked all like rock star.
Oh,
You ever
rad.
seen those? It was crazy.
You just always want to
Wonder
solo.
whatever happened to that. Yeah. I had like a red leather case for it.
Nice.
I was never.
Never that.
Cool is
Cool.
not anything I would assign to myself.
Yeah.
Up until
You're cool.
30. It's 35.
If I'm cool, you're cool.
Yeah.
Because I define my coolness by how cool you are.
I'm here because you guys are cool.
See?
So,
Bam!
there you go.
There we go.
Proof is in the pudding.
Oh, I love pudding.
Well, you didn't know me when I was 8. I love pudding.
There's a kitchen in there. I saw that.
You don't want to put any food in there because it's always gone by the next time you get here.
Right.
I'm just saying, Ryan.
Can't blame him specifically.
Totally. Steve, this has been awesome. Sue especially has been loving Bitten. I have to catch up because I'm watching all this other stuff at the same time, so I am a number of episodes behind. But Sue's like, "Would you please hurry up and watch it so we can talk?"
I know, that's my whole.
Every day.
Somebody talk to me.
So much.
Somebody else.
And I told Space it would be just so much easier if Space would just send me the entire season in one go. Because he sent me the first 2 episodes. I'm like, just keep them coming.
Yeah.
I'll write them all up now. I'll write really good things.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Because I loved everything I saw. It's just getting it into the schedule.
And it's starting to like I said.
Right? That's
step
Yeah,
up.
it's
she was like,
really, like-
just
And it
please.
does not look back after this. Like,
Which
it's
I
just-
love. I love that. But
And that finale is epic, and I do not use that word lightly.
wait,
I don't throw it around. It's epic, man. So
yeah, see. I have time to catch up though. That's the important part. I could
Yes.
junkie it this weekend.
Yeah.
yeah, or you could get a cold, and then you're forced to do it. That's what I love. I'm like, yes, I have a cold. I can watch Breaking Bad or something.
Yeah.
You know, or something.
No, I have to save all my sick days for set visits. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
No.
that's how that works.
We'll save one for Bitten for around like May or June.
Yeah. It'll
Yeah,
happen. It'll
right.
happen.
Season 2. Hashtag renew Bitten. Nice tie-in. Cool.
I mean, yeah. I mean, at this point, we've interviewed like the entire cast at this point anyway. It'd just be like hanging out with friends.
Yeah, just a couple pals,
Yeah, right.
having some craft service cookies.
I love craft
Fresh
services
baked
so much.
cookies, man. They do those on Friday.
I was stunned. What was it? We went to Murdoch, I think it was, or no, it was Bomb Girls. It was Bomb Girls. When we went on the Bomb Girls set, they had individually wrapped triangular peanut butter and jam sandwiches. I'm like, seriously? How is?
Just on a tray throughout.
Yeah, but that's pretty normal.
I know, but
Oh,
it was my first on-set experience.
Oh,
I was like, this
okay.
is insane. How would people get anything done?
Yeah, you get pretty sick of them after about.
I don't
There's
know.
just
After
PB&J
about-
right
I don't
here.
know.
Yeah.
It's PB&J.
I know it's
That's it.
PB&J. Come on. And white bread. Yeah.
But there's good things too. Apples. Apples are good.
What?
Apples.
What are those?
I've never heard of them before.
You mean apple fritters?
There we go.
Yeah.
McDonald's
Sorry,
apple
yeah.
pie.
Yeah.
That is so awesome. But yeah, Steve, thank you for coming.
Thank
in,
you
This
for
is
having me.
fantastic.
Yeah.
It's just we love chatting with anybody we can get to talk about Canadian television. and
My
stuff.
pleasure, man. I like talking about it too. It's my life,
Yeah.
my livelihood.
And you're
Yeah.
doing really well. I mean,
Thank
like
you.
you said, you haven't been doing this for very long, but you've been
3
racking up
years. Yeah.
some really solid credits.
Yeah, my agent. to thank
You're on
for
all my
that.
favorite shows.
Yeah,
Yeah,
This is all for you, Sue.
And Sue is happily entertained then.
Great.
Although was completely stunned when I told her you were the Colorado kid. I'm just saying.
Yeah, like completely. But I guess because you even on Bitten, you've always seemed familiar to me. I'm like, oh, probably just because we talked to him before the show. But that's probably why.
So you're gonna go home and rewatch them.
You have to go rewatch the finale.
I have all of this season's
See me
Haven
blubbering
still on my
like a baby.
DVR. Yeah.
So cheesy. I'm like, Mama.
It was like I was just there.
Yeah, you don't have to watch it anymore.
That's awesome.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh man, it was so great. Bitten season 2 will of course be picked up. I have no right hashtag. I'm gonna be doing that now for the rest of my life.
Yeah, hashtag.
Hashtag. And yes, thank you again for finding time to come in because this has been brilliant.
And thanks,
Awesome.
Amira, for setting it up.
Yes, Amira once again. Amira's like our go-to girl right
She
now.
is the bomb.
She is
man.
pretty
She's
fantastic.
Like
so
she invited me
good.
to like your Facebook page, and I was like, wait a minute.
You know him? All right, let's.
She's the best. Yeah.
Let's work this out.
So Kaylee, thank you as always behind the camera. Great job.
Thank you, Kaylee. Can't
Bring the
wait to
ukulele
see
next time.
Kaylee play the ukulele.
It rhymes.
Yeah.
She has a YouTube channel and everything.
Ukulele.
Kaylee.
Ukulele. Yeah.
Sue. Wow.
Tim.
Wow.
I should probably just
You
get
should
more
probably
sleep.
just go. Yeah. And everybody at home, of course, thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Pick up the Smithy TV app because you want to know when our next episode goes up, and you will be surprised to find out who it is.
Dun dun dun.
To be
We're
continued.
Bitten.
Wicked. Oh my god, that was so fun.
Yes.